Warm this afternoon, highs in the mid-80s to low 90s. Clear, breezy tonight, lows in the mid-60s to 70 degrees. Partly sunny, breezy, remaining very warm for us Wednesday. Highs in the mid-80s to low 90s again. Mostly sunny, breezy Thursday. Highs in the mid-80s to low 90s. And some sun in areas of low clouds Friday. Highs in the low to mid-90s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
The Texas Comptroller is the chief financial officer of the 8th largest economy in the world. Governor Abbott knows Kelly Hancock will keep the Texas economy booming. As acting comptroller, Kelly Hancock protected your tax dollars and worked with Governor Abbott to fund President Trump's border wall. That's why Governor Abbott trusts Kelly Hancock.
This is Governor Greg Abbott. Results matter. That's why I endorse Kelly Hancock for Texas Comptroller. There is no one I trust more. Vote Kelly Hancock.
For Texas Agriculture Commissioner, do you want an experienced agriculture businessman? Then vote Nate Sheets. Someone trusted and endorsed by the Texas Farm Bureau? Vote Nate Sheets. Someone who will restore integrity to the office. Vote Nate Sheets.
This is Governor Greg Abbott. I'm proud to endorse Nate Sheets for Agriculture Commissioner. He's committed to fighting for Texas agriculture and restoring integrity to the Texas Agriculture Commission. Vote Nate Sheets for Agriculture Commissioner.
Political ad paid for by Texans for Greg Abbott.
The beautiful enchiladas verdes. The special is back at El Pato. Only $6.99 for a limited time. With a side of those ranchero beans, the Mexican rice, and the drink. It's only $6.99. That's an amazing offer. Corn tortillas all rolled up with a seasoned shredded chicken, slathered with that gorgeous green spicy tomatillo sauce and the beautiful melted white cheese. Oh, you could just taste them right now. Enchiladas verdes, rice, beans, and the drink, only $6.99. Stack up those plates at all El Pato restaurants. Plus the daily specials that are only $5.99. Different day of the week. Could be carne guisada plates, chicken enchilada plates, taquitos mexicanos, chicken guisado. It tastes so good. It smells so good. It's beautiful. It's our food. Rio Grande Valley Tex-Mex. You know you're hungry. Stop by El Pato. Phone it in like I do or order online at elpato.com. Enchiladas verdes, ranchero beans, the Mexican rice, and the drink. Only $6.99 for a limited time.
If you think we need a politician for our next attorney general, I got good news for you. There's a whole bunch of fast talkers to choose from. Or maybe you want someone that's done it before. You know, put criminals in jail and kept them there too. While the politicians talked, Joan Huffman was a tough-as-nails prosecutor, putting criminals away. And she was a judge, and nobody was tougher on crime. How about the border? In the state Senate, Joan Huffman got more money and manpower to stop Biden's invasion than any man in Texas. Joan Huffman is tough. She's effective. She's the most qualified. And that's why Texas top law enforcement all endorse Joan. Joan Huffman, prosecutor, judge, a strong conservative for attorney general. Political ad paid for by Texans for Joan Huffman.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Winter is here, and that means flu season is here. Lee's Pharmacy wants to remind you to get your flu shot, so go to Lee's for all your winter cold needs. Hard to find meds? Go to Lee's. Doctor ordered a special compound med? Go to Lee's. They're one of the few pharmacies that know and carry the compounds needed to make just what the doctor ordered. Lee's Pharmacy also carries medical equipment, so go to Lee's. They've got it. Lee's Pharmacy, giving back to the community that made them great. Lee's Pharmacy at Xenia and 10th and Ridge Road and 1st.
Broadcasting from the Valley's commercial and fleet headquarters studio at PayneAutoGroup.com. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. The Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer Clinic Radiothon to help fight kids' cancer is presented by Amigo Power Equipment and Lee's Pharmacy. Call with your donation now 1-888-525-4376. That's 1-888-525-4376. Or visit radiothonrgv.com to make an online donation. The Vannie E. Cook 2026 Radiothon on 710 KURV.
It is such an honor and a privilege to be with you here today for the Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer Clinic Radiothon on 710 KURV. And guess what? I got the new numbers. For the 1 o'clock hour. And I'll tell you about that in just a second. More importantly, this is another hour of power. 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, made possible by our friends at Friends for Hope. Up to $5,000. They are going to match your donations. They are going to match your donations this hour. Big shout out, much love to our friends at Boost Mobile for last hour's power hour. And our new total for 1 o'clock, we are happy and proud to announce $38,286. $38,286. Well, thanks again to our friends at Boost Mobile last hour for the power hour. This hour, stepping up to the plate, Friends for Hope. That's this hour's hour of power. Up to $5,000. Your donation will be matched by Friends for Hope. And let's get it started this hour. We'll give you the phone number, 888-525-HERO. 888-525-4376. Again, that's 888-525-4376. Go to radiothonrgv.com. radiothonrgv.com for your donation. And again, if you get the busy signal, just keep calling because we've got a lot of people that are calling from amongst all of our sister stations here at Radio United over in Mission. You can even stop by the studio, say hello, drop off a donation in cash or check, or we'll swipe your card. If you stop on by the corner of Taylor and Old 83 in Mission, we would love to see you with your donation here for the Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer Clinic Radiothon. We are getting to know some of the families of whose children are fighting cancer right now, leukemia and what have you, with Vannie E. Cook, the Children's Cancer Clinic. And none of these families are ever turned away. We're speaking with Jacob Ochoa and Ashley Teo. Zendaya has leukemia at the age of 4. And we want to go back to the beginning and we want to talk to you guys. How did the story begin? Everybody's story is different about how they found out this happened. So what happened here?
We're actually... One time, we're actually at the flea market. We're at the flea market with our kids, and we passed by this little section where they were selling candies, like Mexican candies, right? And there's this one candy that it's like a long sheet of paper. You gotta like build it into a lollipop, right?
Yeah.
So she had gotten this yellow one, and she was eating this lollipop. She had already finished it, right? I noticed her lips were all yellow, and I was like, wait a minute, like blue, I would understand a blue and a red, it would stain your lips, right? But a yellow, it's like, you know what I mean? It's not common, right? So I was like, nah, you know what? Let's take her to the doctor. And next thing you know, we took her to the doctor, and they told us, hey, you know what? Her white blood cells are really low. You need to go to the hospital like now. You guys can't wait. I wouldn't recommend you guys waiting because it's a risk. So no, we were just like, wow, you know what I mean? Just like from one day to the next, it was just crazy. It was just
Tell me more about what you're kind of going through as you're going through this.
Man, it's a lot of
like you get tunnel vision. You kind of leave your body for a second.
Yeah, sometimes
as they're telling you this.
Yeah, it's just sometimes it's hard because sometimes I'm just there and I'm good, and then the next thing you know, it's just like it hits me, you know. I'm like, man, like my daughter's going through this, you know, and she's just like she's barely 4, you know.
Yeah,
she's barely 4, and yeah, it's kind of hard.
So when Zendaya gets diagnosed with this, I mean, does she act any different? Do you tell her what's going on? What do you tell her? What does she
No,
know?
we tell her like everything is good, that like she's just a little sick, like we try not to like basically like tell her like really like what's going on, right? Because I mean she understands, right? But she doesn't really know.
Yeah, she just thinks
So
she's sick.
yeah,
Yeah,
she's
this
sick.
is
So
it's
yeah, it's
normal
just
to tell her.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I was like, it's sick, baby, so take your meds and
yeah.
some kids then we're there at that hospital several times and they would tell us that kids didn't want to take the medications or anything. And well, I would tell her like, hey, baby, you need to take them because if you take them, you're gonna get better. And well, she would listen to me and she would take her medications, and make me feel better, because I know that's what's gonna help her. And yeah, it's just been a lot of ups and downs. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
You're listening to 710 KURV, the Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer Clinic Radiothon. And we are with Jacob Ochoa and Ashley Theo talking about Zendaya Ochoa, who is diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 4. And we want you to be a big part in the recovery process with our friends at Vannie E. Cook. Again, it's the Friends for Hope Power Hour. They're going to match your donation. This is a great hour to jump in and get in on the sense of hope and optimism that Vannie Cook gives these families every single year. And because all of that money stays here in the Rio Grande Valley at Vannie E. Cook. Call the number 888-525-4376. 888-525-4376. Go to radiothonrgv.com. radiothonrgv.com. It's the Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer Clinic. We're speaking with Jacob Ochoa and Ashley Theo about Zendaya, who has leukemia at the age of 4. You got to tell me about treatments and how everybody's actually, let me backtrack a little bit. So it's hard enough raising a family, right? And this has kind of been the theme, right? It's hard enough raising a family, but then you have something like this happen to the family and you're going through these psychological troubles. You have, I don't know if you've ever had to drive to Houston to get.
Yes, we were over there for a good minute.
And as you're driving, you're already thinking in the back of your head, all these thoughts are going back and forth. Where are we going to go from here?
Yeah.
You're thinking the worst.
We're thinking of the worst.
Give the audience best you can.
Okay.
What are you thinking about as you're making that trip up?
We're making that trip. Honestly, it was like, man, like they can't find out what's wrong with her. Like, hopefully, in my head, I was just like, man, I was just keeping my faith. I was like, they're gonna find a cure for her. They're gonna give her something. That's why they send us that way. Because we're actually here in Driscoll's for a minute and was just like in a loop, and they couldn't find it. So they're like, you know what? They got some more labs over there. They, instead of having to wait for labs, we can send you off that way and you guys can get the labs faster. So we had to go over there for a second. That way they can find out what was wrong. But then at the end, they were also basically like giving her different medications, like trying new stuff. And it was kind of like risky, well, not risky, right? But it was kind of like scary because it was like, wait a minute, some medications that no one's tried, right? And they're going to try it on my baby. It's like, oh man, it's kind of hard, it's kind of hard. It's a difficult thing to do because, you never know if you're trying to
And they're talking you through it though.
Yes,
right?
they're talking.
They're not just, okay, here you go. And
they're
go.
talking us. They're telling us like, hey, it's worked on. You know what I mean? It's something that she needs. So we'll be like, okay, we'll go for it, right? And but yeah, it was just it was scary. It was a scary thing to go through, especially because she started off when she was 3. She's already 4. So we already have like 2 years going. 2 years going on it, and it's just we're close towards the finish.
How much of a relief is it that you're able to stay here in the valley rather than having to travel?
Yeah, no, it's way better. It's way better because here we're around family, and over there we have nobody, and it's kind of hard being away from family and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you have 3 wonderful children here, and it's a handful, right?
Yeah,
just to manage the family on itself, and then have to go through this journey that a lot of other families go through. But you're able to get through it with the help of our friends at Vannie E. Cook. And right now, anybody listening right now, you know what this is like. You know what that struggle is like, having to manage your life and juggle something that is completely unexpected to you, especially through all the mysteries and the mystique and how opaque everything can be when you're fighting children's cancer. So we invite you right now to help us fight cancer with Vannie E. Cook. Call the number 888-525-4376. 888-525-4376. Go to radiothonrgv.com. radiothonrgv.com. If you would, I want to give you a little bit of an opportunity to talk to the audience and tell them, how great of a place that Vannie Cook is, to allow you all to stay here in the Rio Grande Valley and allow you to still kind of stay close to home and not have to deal with those travel obstacles.
No, Vannie Cook's a very good place. Vannie Cook's has always helped us out every time we go. They always greet us with a smile. They're always happy to see Zendaya, and they're great. They're great. They're good doctors, Dr. Bernini and Dr. Aranya. They're really good. They're really good doctors, and
what's great about it is that the kids can still stay kids. They're still very curious, and they're still kind of like, hey, what's this do?
Yeah, that's a good thing too.
They keep that wide-eyed optimism. It's very good. Well, I'll let you guys. Thank you all for joining us this hour. We really do appreciate it. That's Jacob Ochoa, Ashley Theo, and Zendaya from Vannie E. Cook, the Children's Cancer Clinic, joining us on 710 KURV. This hour is made possible by our friends at Friends for Hope, because we got another power hour coming your way. This hour, they will be matching your donation up to $5,000 this hour. Up to $5,000 they'll be matching you. Friends for Hope. So call the number right now, 888-525-4376. 888-525-4376. Go to radiothonrgv.com. radiothonrgv.com, and we'll be back with more of the Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer Clinic Radiothon on 710 KURV.
Active Liver from New Nordic protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon or in stores at CVS, Wegmans, and now GNC.
It's the 16th annual Vannie Kids Live Radiothon 2026. Join 710 KURV on Tuesday, February 17th from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. and donate to support brave children, survivors, and their families. Your donation brings hope and strength to those who need it most. Make a difference, donate, and help our kids on this climb. Our kids will have the strength with your help. The Vannie Kids Live Radiothon 2026, powered by Amigo Power Equipment and Lee's Pharmacy.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Introducing the newest destination for luxury in the Rio Grande Valley, the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen. Come visit Michael Fall, General Manager, today and discover the perfect blend of excellence and power in a new C300 sedan. Get yours for only $479 a month for 36 months. Experience a feeling only 140 years of innovation can deliver. The choice is simple at the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen, a true triumph of luxury. Now open at your exceptional new state-of-the-art location at 8522 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen.
For over a century, one name has stood for quality, safety, and service in the commercial roofing and waterproofing industry: Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. While our services have grown, our commitment to safety, ongoing training, customer service, and attention to detail has remained the foundation of our success, ensuring our teams are prepared, our customers are protected, and our projects are delivered with excellence.
From roofing and sheet metal to waterproofing and caulking, leak repair and preventative maintenance, and even full building and parking garage restoration, Chamberlain delivers professional, personalized results every time.
From large-scale roof replacements or quick leak repair, Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing provides top-quality installations at a competitive price, all with the spirit of cooperation for our valued clients.
Now serving Rio Grande Valley and throughout Texas, you can count on Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing to deliver more. Call 956-655-6178 or visit ChamberlainLTD.com to learn more.
It doesn't matter what we're talking about. Talk is cheap and experience matters. So if you want an attorney general that's going to protect the border and keep criminals behind bars, you want someone who's done it before. Joan Huffman was a tough-as-nails prosecutor, putting criminals away. And then a judge, and nobody was tougher on crime. How about the border? In the state Senate, Joan Huffman got more money and manpower to stop Biden's invasion than any man in Texas. Oh, and I almost forgot. Joan passed the law to stop Texas cities from defunding their own police. Joan Huffman is tough. She's effective. She's the most qualified. And that's why Texas top law enforcement all endorse Joan. Joan Huffman, prosecutor, judge, a conservative for attorney general. Political ad paid for by Texans for Joan Huffman.
News, weather, your information station. This is News Talk 710 KURV.
You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, and we are halfway through our next power hour. That means because of our friends at Friends for Hope, every donation that you make this hour will be matched up to $5,000. Friends for Hope is putting up that money. As long as you put up that money yourself, they are going to meet you with that matching donation. Call the number right now for the Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer Clinic Radiothon. 888-525-HERO. 888-525-4376. 888-525-4376. If you're on a computer, go to radiothonrgv.com. radiothonrgv.com. And again, I got to give you time to get the phone out and do the whole Face ID thing, and to maybe you do the fingerprint and it's just not reading it, or do the PIN number or whatever. But I got to give you time to get the phone app out. So here you go. Here's the phone number: 888-525-4376. 888-525-4376. Not a single person has been turned away. No family has been turned away for inability to pay. And that's because, we're in an impoverished area where people either don't have insurance or the money to pay, especially for cancer treatment. Think about that. I have a hard time getting Tylenol. You know what I mean? Much less if something like this were to come upon my family, knock on wood, hopefully it never does. And just, I'm sure you were thinking the same thing as well. One of the themes that I bring up during the Radiothon is it's hard enough to raise a family. It is hard enough to get the resources down. Little Timmy wants to play, in the band, or they need, pads for football, shoes, what have you. But then this happens. Something where the whole family has to come together and sacrifice, not only monetarily, but attention, maybe their own development in some ways. Everybody deals with it a little bit differently when a family has to manage cancer, navigate through those types of troubled waters. And that's where you come in, ladies and gentlemen. We would love for you to dig deep because we know the community knows, and they have that capability to dig deep and help us fight children's cancer today. And we would love for you to be a part of that, especially with Friends for Hope, who are going to match your donation up to $5,000. Here's the number. Get the phone out. Here's the phone number. 888-525-HERO. 888-525-HERO. 888-525-4376. And if you're at a computer, go to radiothonrgv.com. radiothonrgv.com. You're listening to the Vannie Cook Children's Cancer Clinic Radiothon on News Talk 710 KURV. We'll be back with more coming up after this.
The Texas Comptroller is the chief financial officer of the 8th largest economy in the world. Governor Abbott knows Kelly Hancock will keep the Texas economy booming. As acting comptroller, Kelly Hancock protected your tax dollars and worked with Governor Abbott to fund President Trump's border wall. That's why Governor Abbott trusts Kelly Hancock.
This is Governor Greg Abbott. Results matter. That's why I endorse Kelly Hancock for Texas Comptroller. There is no one I trust more. Vote Kelly Hancock.
For Texas Agriculture Commissioner, do you want an experienced agriculture businessman? Then vote Nate Sheets. Someone trusted and endorsed by the Texas Farm Bureau? Vote Nate Sheets. Someone who will restore integrity to the office. Vote Nate Sheets.
This is Governor Greg Abbott. I'm proud to endorse Nate Sheets for Agriculture Commissioner. He's committed to fighting for Texas agriculture and restoring integrity to the Texas Agriculture Commission. Vote Nate Sheets for Agriculture Commissioner.
Political ad paid for by Texans for Greg Abbott.
I am Sarah Sagredo Hammond, your true Republican candidate of choice for Texas House District 41. For over 9 years, I've been fighting at the state capitol, not for politics, but for people like us. I'm a mom, a small business owner, and a community member just like you. I have been in Austin, where I have seen our good people get left behind. And when we ask for help, we get nothing but political speeches instead of practical solutions. I may not know every inch of the law, but there is one thing I do know, and that's how to listen to you and to work with my community as I have for many, many years. I am not here to perform or put on courtroom theatrics. I am here to serve and put you first in Austin. I am Sarah Sagredo Hammond, and I approve this message, and I ask for your vote.
Looking for equipment you can trust from a name that stood strong for more than 50 years? Rivera's Machinery has been serving the Rio Grande Valley since it was founded by Tomas Rivera, a man who built his business on hard work, firm handshakes, and treating every customer like family. And today, his grandson Thomas carries that same name and that same commitment forward. 3 generations strong and still family-owned. They're your trusted Coyote dealer, offering the full lineup of Coyote equipment. Powerful Coyote tractors built tough for Texas land. Heavy-duty skid steers, smooth-cutting zero-turn mowers, rugged utility vehicles, equipment that's built to work as hard as you do. And here's the best part. Right now, with the credit approval, they're offering 0% interest financing on all Coyote equipment, making it easier than ever to put a brand-new Coyote to work on your property. From Tomas to Thomas, the tradition continues. Come join the tradition of family service, hard work, and dependable Coyote equipment. 3 generations strong, your hometown Coyote dealer. See dealer for full details.
The beautiful enchiladas verdes. The special is back at El Pato. Only $6.99 for a limited time. With a side of those ranchero beans, the Mexican rice, and the drink. It's only $6.99. That's an amazing offer. Corn tortillas all rolled up with a seasoned shredded chicken, slathered with that gorgeous green spicy tomatillo sauce and the beautiful melted white cheese. Oh, you could just taste them right now. Enchiladas verdes, rice, beans, and the drink, only $6.99. Stack up those plates at all El Pato restaurants. Plus the daily specials that are only $5.99. Different day of the week. Could be carne guisada plates, chicken enchilada plates, taquitos mexicanos, chicken guisado, It tastes so good. It smells so good. It's beautiful. It's our food. Rio Grande Valley Tex-Mex. You know you're hungry. Stop by El Pato, phone it in like I do, or order online at elpato.com. Enchiladas verdes, ranchero beans, the Mexican rice, and the drink. Only $6.99 for a limited time.
This is House Call for Health. Some smoke detectors sold exclusively on Amazon are being recalled over potential sound delays. The Consumer Product Safety Commission recently reported that about 11,000 LS Home 3-pack smoke detector fire alarms have been recalled. The company says the 9-volt battery-operated alarms may not sound in a timely manner, posing a potential fire hazard. The alarms were sold on Amazon between February 2024 through December 2025. No injuries have been reported at this time. Consumers are urged to stop using the product immediately and may request a full refund. Unrelated to the recall, the U.S. Fire Administration says smoke alarms should be installed in every bedroom, outside each separate sleeping area, and on every level of a home, including the basement. You can get more smoke detector tips at usfa.fema.gov. Or, for more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health, I'm Ann Eliopoulos, Fox News.
Saving you money, I'm Hillary Barsky. Many couples who are not married ponder having a joint banking account, which can potentially make some financial decisions easier. Joint bank accounts are available for couples, whether married or not, as long as both people are approved to open an account by the financial institution. When deciding to merge expenses, it's best for couples who've been together for a year or more, and only if both people manage their finances responsibly. If your spending habits are similar to your partner's, you're more likely to benefit from joining funds. Decide beforehand how you'll divvy up your shared expenses for household bills and designate who will manage each one. And set a time to review your finances together each month. Many studies have shown that having regular scheduled discussions can improve a couple's financial well-being. And as uncomfortable as it may be to discuss, establish guidelines for what you'll do in the event of a breakup. Saving you money, Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. We're into week 3 of the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, who was abducted from her home in Tucson, Arizona in the early morning hours of February 1st. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nano speaking in an exclusive interview with Fox about DNA tests on a glove found near the scene.
The news now, I think, is we had heard this morning that, of course, the DNA on the glove that was found 2 miles away was submitted for CODIS. And I just heard that CODIS had no hits.
Investigators have been asking the public for tips on a masked individual who was spotted on her door cam shortly before she went missing. Democratic Maryland Governor Wes Moore signing a bill that bans official cooperation between local law enforcement and federal immigration and customs enforcement.
By funding, ICE is the 13th largest military force in the world.
The governor signing 2 emergency bills into law. America's listening to Fox News.
There's 710 KURV, AccuWeather forecast. Turning sunny, windier and warm this afternoon. Highs in the mid-80s to low 90s. Clear, breezy tonight. Lows in the mid-60s to 70 degrees. Partly sunny, breezy, remaining very warm for us Wednesday. Highs in the mid-80s to low 90s again. Mostly sunny, breezy Thursday. Highs in the mid-80s to low 90s. And some sun in areas of low clouds Friday. Highs in the low to mid-90s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Broadcasting from the Valley's commercial and fleet headquarters studio at PayneAutoGroup.com. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. It's the Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer Clinic Radiothon to help fight kids' cancer in the Rio Grande Valley. Presented by Amigo Power Equipment and Lee's Pharmacy. Call with your donation now. 1-888-525-4376. That's 1-888-525-4376. Or visit RadiothonRGV.com to make an online donation. The Vannie E. Cook 2026 Radiothon on 710 KURV.
Again, I gotta give you the number kind of slow because I know sometimes, hey, the phone's in my pocket and I gotta get it out, do the face scan or the fingerprint and get the phone app out. So here you go. Here is the number. We're fighting cancer today with Vannie E. Cook, the Children's Cancer Clinic. The number to call, as we have plenty of people that are waiting for you to call. The number is 888 525 4376. 888 525 4376. And that spells hero. We got plenty of heroes here today. In fact, this hour is a power hour sponsored by Friends for Hope, up to $5,000. They're going to be matching donations this hour. So this is the best time to jump in if you haven't done so yet, or if you've already done, you want to do it again. This is a good time to do it as well. 888 525 HERO. 888 525 4376. And if you're at a computer, you can go to radiothonrgv.com, radiothonrgv.com, or you can even stop by the studio with cash or check, or we'll swipe your card for you over here on Taylor and Old 83 in Mission, heading to Mission. We're joined in the studio as we talk about the families and their powerful stories, our mighty families here in the Rio Grande Valley. Not a single one of them turned away by Vannie E. Cook. One of those families, we're talking with Maverick Gonzalez, 12 years old, with Kristen Shoemaker, the mom, and we've got, and this is a fun word, but it's fun to figure out, but I'm probably going to flub this live on the radio. Rhabdomyosarcoma. Is that it? Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay, we got it. We're on the right foot here. That's good. So with that being said, what is that?
It's a type of bone cancer.
Soft tissue.
Soft tissue.
Okay.
So Maverick had a cell that was believed to be on its way to be leg muscle, and it mutated and attached, and in true Maverick fashion, got its friends to join in. So it started creating tumors in his pelvic area.
How long?
Maverick was diagnosed in July. In the end of July.
At the end of July. So let's go back to July then. And what was going on around that time?
Maverick was your average 11-year-old, and he was doing 11-year-old things and fell on the couch and hit his back. And that kind of shifted his tumors, which we didn't know he had at the time. And then a few weeks later, he started walking funny. And I said, "Why are you walking like that?" He had no idea why he was walking like that. Then he said, "Oh, I think it has to do with this lump I found." And then we ended up in the pediatrician, back and forth to the ER pediatrician. And next thing you know, I'm talking to Dr. Bernini, and he's telling me that Maverick has tumors.
And as they're telling you this and giving you this diagnosis, what's going on in your mind right at that moment?
I mean, you think worst case scenario. I mean, the what ifs, the what did I do wrong, the everything. But in Maverick's case, there was nothing we could have done, ifs and buts and what ifs, and it just happens. It just happens. He had a cell mutate, and now he's fighting cancer.
When you get the diagnosis and you're already getting this burden placed upon your shoulders, and how are you mapping out in your mind how you're going to navigate this, from the psychological to monetary to physical, everything?
Well, Maverick is a personality that fills the room, and I am a big believer in keeping him informed of what he needs to know, and he has chosen to stay positive. And Maverick doesn't want to act like he's dying or any of this, so we stay positive and we put our positive twist on things.
Maverick,
and that's what works for us.
Sorry for that. Maverick, I got to ask you. Well, actually, let me invite people to call in and donate. This is the Vannie Cook Radiothon on 710 KURV. And we invite you. This is the Friends for Hope Power Hour. They'll match your donation up to $5,000 this hour. It's a great time to join in. Call the number 888-525-4376. 888-525-4376. Go to radiothonrgv.com. radiothonrgv.com. We're speaking with Maverick Gonzalez, and he's 12, and that's a very interesting age to be given the news that you have been given. What do they tell you? How do they tell you? And what do you think about it?
It's there. I have no other ways to describe it. I'm a dark humor kind of guy, so there's not any PG way I could put it.
At least you recognize it. I give you a lot of credit because some people don't realize it and then they have to explain it after the fact. But you know this. You have that kind of wisdom already. That's good.
Yeah.
So at no point, I'm sure somewhere you feel scared. All of this is new to you and it's a new, unique experience.
Sure, but counterpoint, no.
Okay.
Life is for the living, right? We wake up, we're not sick. It's another day of life.
I love this relationship that you all have together as a family. I love that. Just the optimism and just this wonderful outward hopeful look that you have on this. Tell me more about that. Where do you get that mindset from?
Other people are sad, and I make sure they aren't.
And how do you do that?
Dark humor.
More dark humor.
More dark humor.
just add some more on there.
Like
Jokes or just making funny faces. Just make someone's day a little bit brighter.
He walks into the doctor's office one day and says, "Mind if I lay down? My back is killing me." Literally.
I said my back is killing me.
Since
and
you're
then
saying it's okay
and
to
then
laugh at it, I can laugh at it. That's
Yeah,
good.
we can laugh at it.
I said my back was killing me, and then as I was laying down, I got the idea, and I was like, "Wouldn't it be funny if I just said literally?" And indeed, it was.
You have such a unique perspective on this, and especially for your age to have that kind of insight and wisdom and stuff. And I'm sure your family has helped you out along the way. How have you all come together as a family as you've been doing this since July? You had said.
Yes. So, like I said, we stay positive. So we're in treatment. And when Maverick's in treatment, if we're in the hospital or something like that, we make family dinner out of it. So my nieces come and my daughter comes and my sisters come, and we turn the hospital room into a party room and we hang out and stuff like that because laughter's the best medicine. So you'll see us playing cards or something, like we do what we would do at home or on the kitchen table. But we're in the hospital room, right?
Yep.
So when all this happens and you're trying to figure out how treatment's going to work and if you're going to have to travel upstate and go to Houston, and you're watching who tells you about Vannie Cook, and how much of a relief is that you don't have to go through that as much?
For me as a mom, it's amazing because it's also my daughter's senior year. So having to choose between one child and the attention for one child, I don't have to. So he gets me, and I'm still there to work around her events as a high schooler and her final year of high school. And I don't have to choose between my kids. We can do treatment in the morning and we can be home for dinner. It's amazing being here in the Valley to have that regularity and family support.
If you could tell, well, let me give people the opportunity to call in once again. 888-525-HERO. 888-525-4376. And remember, this is the Power Hour from our friends for Hope. Up to $5,000. They'll match your donation, but you got to call this hour. 888-525-4376. Go to radiothonrgv.com, radiothonrgv.com. We're with Maverick Gonzalez and Kristen Shoemaker, and we're talking about, I'm going to try it again, and I may stumble. Rhabdomyosarcoma.
Got it again.
How many syllables are in that word? That is amazing. So
I think there's 4, maybe 3.
at least 2.
Very much.
At least 2 syllables, right?
Gotta be more than 1.
If you you have everybody's ear right now. What can you tell people about Vannie Cook? What is your favorite thing about Vannie Cook?
That I don't have to leave the valley in order to get treatment.
Okay, and what's your second favorite real answer?
My real answer.
That's a good answer, though. By the way, I got to admit.
My real answer that she didn't tell me to say is whenever I go in for treatment, they have a little kitchen there, and they allowed me to rate it. You know, it's all donations and all that, but they got good snacks there.
So if you call in and donate, your money goes towards stocking the kitchen for the kids to rate during treatment.
They got, most of the time they have Kool-Aid in the fridge or in the freezer. They have freeze pops, but I like to take like goldfish or the occasional cup ramen they have in there.
Uh-huh.
And they don't stop me in the slightest.
He's 12. Raiding the kitchen is number one answer.
Does rhabdomyosarcoma, does it affect your appetite? I know nothing about this. Any side effects, anything like that?
Yeah, I guess there's some days where I don't eat as much.
They encourage you to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Maverick has no dietary restrictions.
Nice.
Yep.
What's your favorite thing to eat? How much can you eat in one sitting?
How much can I eat? A lot.
Really?
Even before this? Like,
30-piece from Chick-fil-A.
By myself.
Hello? Wow.
Or my max record for street tacos is multiple plates of 4s, and in total, I've had 15 in one sitting.
That's a lot.
Yep.
You do eat a lot. Is that often?
Recently, not really.
You ever go to a buffet and shut it down?
Yes.
Yeah?
He packs it away.
They pack up and move.
Have you been to that, what was it, that new Korean hot pot place?
No.
I think
not
it's
yet.
all you can eat. I could be wrong about that. But it's a lot of food. That's good.
We did the all-you-can-eat sushi before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too. Yeah, I love that place. Yeah. So it's good that you still have your appetite up. That's good. So they encourage you to eat at Vannie Cook. What else do they do for you at Vannie Cook?
Talk. I don't.
Educating, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Smile,
They do
wink,
everything
wink.
so we don't have to travel for treatment, and that makes it easier.
It really does. So if you as a parent, Kristen, if you could tell people about Vannie Cook, you have their ear right now, encourage them to donate, encourage them to call the number, what would you tell them?
It gives these kids a sense of normalcy. They're in their community. They're still able to be with their friends while they receive treatment. They still have their family support because we're not traveling. And that's the biggest thing in cancer treatment is everyone thinks that you have to travel to Houston to get the best care. And we're seeing those doctors from there here. They have his file. It's still the same care. It still goes to the same panel up in Houston, but he receives the care here locally. So he can go to his school. He can be with his friends. He can see his sister every night. He can see his dad every night, but he's getting that amazing care that everyone thinks you get in Houston here in the Valley.
I want to thank you guys for stopping in the studio. It was so great to meet you, Maverick.
It's great to meet you too. You need me? Just phone me up.
So here's the thing. here's why I'm so amazed. For one, just at your age to just have like the wisdom and the insight and all that stuff. But also with your sense of humor, I'm not used to playing straight man. to that, it's usually the other way around with my afternoon co-host guy. So I'm trying to like, okay, so what would Davis do at this point? That's what I'm thinking the whole time. So yeah, I'm so happy to have met you and for you to have given us this experience here today.
No problem. And most of the time, I'm not busy. So if you need me again, I'll come. I'll give you my number.
All right, we got your info down. Well, thank you guys for coming in, stopping by.
Thank you for having us.
And that's Maverick with Kristen Shoemaker, the mom. And you're listening to 710 KURV. This is the Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer Clinic Radiothon. We want you to donate right now. We only got a few minutes left in the hour of power. We got our friends at Friends for Hope that are matching your donations up to $5,000 once we hit 5K. And we have a couple more games that we're going to play later on this today for the Radiothon. But again, this hour, Power Hour, will match your donations. That's why you got to call the number right now, 888-525-4376. 888-525-4376. Go to radiothonrgv.com. radiothonrgv.com. Oh, did you want to say it? I'll let you say it. Go ahead. Is that what I heard you say? You were saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You can call this number 888-525-4376 or Hero, or go to radiothonrgv.com.
There you go. Superb job. We'll be back with more after this on News Talk 710 KURV, the Vannie Kids Live Radiothon 2026.
If you're ready to take your listening experience to the next level, get ready to meet your new best friend, Alexa. With just a simple, "Hey Alexa, play 710 KURV."